Hey everyone, I'm just going to jump right into it today. I wanted to talk about the importance of representation for LGBTQ individuals and why this should be discussed with the younger generation. So, in my opinion, representation is so important. I say this because of how I grew up. Being gay was such an anomaly to me. I had no one really to look for to help guide me through my emotions correctly. Uh, though I do remember having moments as young as 5 or 6, I would have to say that I really started discovering my sexuality around the age of 10. I say this because this is when I started to really become curious with why I felt the way I did. However, I did not feel comfortable talking about it then because I recognized that the only place I could go to was pornography in order to get the outlet that was inside of me. Because, again, I just didn't see myself in any movies or games or characters, anything. And I know this could have been done in a much healthier way had I had those figures to look to in this position. However, everything that surrounded me was, heterosexual characters. I didn't see myself in any of them, even though I love many of those characters. I just didn't find what I was looking for or what I needed to hear from said characters and entertainment. One thing that really bothers me is when people say to stop shoving this down our throats. Are you trying to turn our kids gay? Truth is, I was surrounded by heterosexual couples my entire life, and that did not make me straight. If your kid is gay, they're going to be gay. If they're straight, they're going to be straight. And, that goes for all sexual identities. A child may come to recognize their own sexuality at an earlier age, which will make that much easier for them to grow up in when they understand who they are. A parent that helps guide and love them through this will, well, that experience will better their relationship with the child. And, it'll be a lot healthier when that child gets older instead of them just being pushed into the closet. On the other hand, our parents, of children in the LGBTQ community that maybe they don't allow this representation to be in their child's life. And that kind of stuff will probably only have a negative effect on them later. And that kind of effect could potentially lead to very negative and severe outcomes. As much as I hate to say that, that's more than likely where that will go if the parent chooses not to change their perspectives. I will say that I have been pleased with certain films and shows and entertainment in general that has been representing this population more and, putting them in a better light because I feel for the longest time, the gay community was just used as the butt of the joke. And that's not so much the case anymore. And that alone can help people look at us differently. Because there have been films in the past where, the gay guy was, again, the butt of the joke. And that's just kind of how I saw myself as a joke. And how I presume a lot of other individuals who identify with this community felt as well. And, again, that has started to change, and that's something that is so much better for us as people to take in because we're no longer seen in that, negative light. As much as it might not seem negative, it is. David Archuleta is someone I wanted to talk about in this video because he has chosen to step away from the church due to, wanting to pursue a life he had tried to be rid of, his entire life. This man tried for years to hide away his own sexuality because he felt ashamed of who he was due to religious beliefs and, well, outside beliefs and, just the way the world was at the time when he was growing up. He did attempt to make it work by almost marrying, I believe he said, 3 different women. But, this whole experience, this faith crisis he had, almost caused him to take his own life. Now that he has come out and he is proud of who he has become a light and guide for a lot of gay individuals, such as myself, within the church. Even though he has chosen to step away from the church, he has still proven to be a good example for younger generations to follow. Again, he is someone that I look up to and someone that I wish I had when I was younger. Because, again, I didn't have any of that growing up. And so representation, again, is important. Children need to understand that we've always existed throughout history and that, we will continue to exist. This will be a big positive effect. This will have a big positive effect on your children who may identify with the LGBTQ community. I can promise that the more representation that is put into entertainment, specifically where children can see themselves, not just for specific sexual identities, but also ethnic identities, to have someone to look up to in the media, we will see suicide rates drop with the more positive representation of every group, And I just kind of want to end this with just everyone wants to be themselves. We all want people to like us for who we are. We don't want to have to put on a mask in order for people to like us. Jim Carrey once said that depression is your mind telling you it's tired of being the character you are trying to play. I really believe that. I think he said that perfectly because I know I was tired of trying to play this straight kid for however many years. And anyways, so for anyone that may still have hard feelings towards LGBTQ community, just know that Christ would take the time to understand these individuals for who they are. He loves and accepts us all.